we'll talk about it. All right, DGP Tuesday. This one is a little more difficult just because the subject isn't present. Okay, and the reason being is that our sentence starts with what? And give is the verb. Is it VT or VI? How do we know it's VT? Ooh, Valerie is not our direct object, but you're right, we do have a direct object. Since we have a direct object, we will have a VT, transitive verb. Okay? All right. So, who is giving? Just hand it all to me. Who is giving? The word me or me? The word me is not giving. Who is giving? Valerie's not giving anything. Who's going to be giving the few minutes? Who has to give the few minutes? It is not in the sentence. You're right, Alex. It's not in the sentence. You. So, in this case, you have to add the word you. The subject is undefined. You have to add it. So, our simple subject would be the word you, because who's Valerie asking? Someone. You, me, whatever, whomever it might be, right? Valerie's asking. So you have to add you to the sentence. Okay? This is very often what imperative sentences look like. When you're giving a command, it doesn't say directly who should be doing the what. Okay? So you must give. Okay? Let's look at the simple subject and decide our complete subject first. Is there anything that's modifying you? Okay, give is the what? It's the verb. Does the verb modify or make you clearer? No. The verb goes in the predicate. It does not go in the subject. Look at me. I've been saying this from the beginning of the year. The verb does not go in the subject. It is the start of the predicate. Make sense? So does anything modify you? No. The complete subject is just the simple subject. So you actually underline the word that you added. Okay? It's implied that it's there. Does that make sense? When you say, give Valerie and me a few minutes to work on the math problem, it's implied. How many of you asked for additional time from Mr. Crump with math problems? Nobody? You all get it done on time? Okay, so you never need a few minutes? You don't ever ask your teachers for anything? You do? Do you ever say, Mr. Lloyd, can I go to the bathroom? Or do you just usually say, can I go to the bathroom? Okay, good. You should say, may I use the restroom? You just did this earlier, Kyler. Like, you didn't say my name. You just simply said, may I use the restroom, because you were looking at me, right? You didn't have to say, Mr. Lloyd, are you there? Right? We implied it was there. You and I both did in our conversation. Okay? So, give. What is it you is doing? Give what? A few minutes. Okay. So the entire existing sentence, because it's what's being done, including all the prepositional phrases, the infinitive, everything, is now our complete predicate. It is completely double underlined. Whatever is being done in the sentence is what is our predicate. The subject is who or what is doing that. Okay. So again, remember that you highlight the boxes. Yes. You just simply hold shift and arrow over. All right. Hit the borders. Make sure it's on double underline and hit the bottom border. You'll underline it. Okay. All right. So what do we have left to do? Indirect objects. First off, let's find out what's being directly affected by give. What is it we're giving? Okay. So what is the word we're giving? What is the, We're giving minutes. We are giving minutes. We are not giving Valerie and me. We are not part of child trafficking. That's what we would be doing. If we gave Valerie and me, you would literally be handing them over to someone. Now, are they affected by the give? Yes. So that's what makes them the indirect object. We're not giving Valerie and me. We're giving them minutes. So we're giving minutes to Valerie and me. Does that make sense? It is not. It's a DO. It's a direct object. I can also zoom that in for you so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, no problem. So what we have left is our infinitive phrase, our object of our infinitive, our prepositional phrase with our object of our preposition. So let's look at the preposition first. Where does it start and end? What's that? Starts with on. Always starts with the preposition, right? So we go from on to problem. So it goes then to, what is problem then? The OP. So our prepositional phrase, our parentheses will always start with the preposition and end at the object of the preposition. Does that make sense? Okay. This one is, we're going to work on the math problem. This one is an adverb prepositional phrase. Okay. Now, where does our infinitive start? With to. So we're going to put another set of parentheses in here. We haven't identified a ton of infinitive phrases, but we're going to identify to, and then it ends at what? All the way to problem. So it goes from to all the way to problem. Right? If you use this box up above here, you should have, this box below, you should have been able to identify that, right? The infinitive phrase runs from that highlighted area. Okay, it runs from the infinitive into the object of the infinitive. So what's the object of the infinitive? On the math problem. That entire phrase. I know it just switched off there. No big deal. Okay. So, lots going on with DGP Tuesday. Remember that you do have a DGP Tuesday quiz on Thursday. Now, you will not have to identify all of these things. You might have a preposition and an object to the preposition. You might have a direct object, but a subject and a verb you'll have for sure. Complete subject, complete predicate. Those you should know how to do by now. If not, make sure you're paying attention when we do them on Tuesday.